Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source over in front of us, it's a Celtic growth spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off our rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, well, we have your sign, so I can just be saying you guys might be having quite a bit of focus on yourselves this month. We do have Uranus in your sign, retrograde as well, so you could definitely be feeling the effects of that. Alright, we have 2, so second house energy for you guys is Cancer, and currently we have Jupiter in that sign, so you could be seeing some growth and expansion there, and generally speaking, second house points to possessions, health, worth, and finances. And we have the North Node. So the North Node is currently in Pisces, which is your 10th house of career and social status. We're going to have a new moon eclipse opposite the North Node soon, so pretty much conjunct the South Node. And we recently had a full moon eclipse in Pisces, so yeah, you could definitely be feeling some of the effects of that. But again, like we said, could definitely be some growth and expansion around finances and around your career as well, it seems. Alright, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 4 of Swords, Libra energy, and challenging that, we have the Chariot. So I feel like this is saying that you could be in a state of rest and relaxation this month, possibly even recovery this month to a certain extent. And the challenge there could just be saying that things in the outer world might be encouraging you to move fast, right? So I feel like you're just moving at a slow pace, a comfortable pace, right? Not really pushing yourselves too hard. And the challenge could just be saying that in the broader scheme of things, it looks like there is a lot of pressure for you to move forward and take action on something, which, ultimately I feel like you might do so, but I feel like you're just going to do it at your own pace. So if everyone feels like there's a sense of urgency, you might not necessarily be feeling that yourself. In the foundation position, we have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, so for some of you, this could just be saying that ultimately this could be why you're not necessarily in a rush, right? Because you're already in a state of contentment. Or for some of you, this could just be saying that this is your ultimate goal. So if something's not really showing the potential to get you to this point, it might not really move you to take action on it. All right, in the past position, we have the 5 of Wands. So yeah, this is Leo energy here, which is your house of communication, and this could just be saying that ultimately this could be what you're currently recovering from, right? That 4 of Swords energy. Maybe you were embroiled in some kind of conflict, right? Maybe some heated debates, arguments, and now you're withdrawing yourself from that. All right, in the present position, we have the 6 of Swords, Aquarius energy here. So yeah, so speaking of withdrawing, this is another energy here that could point to moving away to calmer waters, right? Maybe stepping aside and taking a step back from the day-to-day hectic environment you might have been embroiled in. But yeah, the seed is here. It looks like it's just saying that this is where you're at right now. You're just in a state of peace, or at least making moves to get there. In the near future position, we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, so to me this says that ultimately you will feel like taking action again, right? So I don't feel this is going to be an extended hiatus by any means on your part. But again, like I said, it seems like you might have been just caught up in a lot of day-to-day stuff, right? Maybe caught up in the grind and all that kind of stuff. And now you're like, okay, let me take a breather, right? And once you do so, you might feel rejuvenated at that point, and then you'll be ready to jump back in. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, so this could just be saying ultimately this could be the spirit that you'll be taking on this month, and a spirit of exploration, adventure, right? So again, like I said, this is all indicating to me that this rest that you're taking here is just meant to be short-lived, and I feel like you might just ultimately feel like it's much needed, right? And then with that chariot energy and that challenge position, it could just be saying, yeah, the world can wait, right? I'll take my rest, and when I feel rejuvenated, then I'll jump back in. In the environment position, we have the magician. So yeah, so this is indicative to me that says that you do have all the tools you need to turn a situation into whatever direction you need it to go. And that could ultimately be why you're, again, not in necessarily much of a rush as well, right? If you're like, okay, you know what? If and when I decide to take action on this, I know that I could handle it. So, you're not necessarily just jumping at any opportunity that comes your way. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, so this is probably a hope on your part, and if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that you just at least hope that you will know when it is time to jump back in, right? Because like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, you know when it's time to step away, but at the same time, there could be the concern of, okay, well, what if I do wait too long, right? So ultimately, that could be what's on your mind. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So Virgo energy here, and this actually is representing the last 10 degrees of Virgo, and that's actually where that new moon eclipse we're about to have, a solar eclipse coming up, is going to be taking place. So for some of you, it could just be saying that maybe as early as that you might be seeing this energy, but if not, it could just be saying that the ripple effects from that as we move through the month of October, you might start to see the tangible results there. And if that's the case, it looks like it will be some level of improvement around your finances primarily, and maybe your home environment as well. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, so this is more Virgo energy here. And ultimately, I just feel like this is saying that this is where you are, right? Where you're at peace, right? You're not necessarily rushing to jump into anything. You could just be comfortable in your own skin right now. Maybe even enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? Before you go move forward and take on the next thing. All right, so from the Four Agreements deck, we have always do your best. And it says do your best because you want to. All right, it says you do your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. Not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. So yeah, that could be ultimately the energy that you guys will be embodying this month, right? Which, like we said, it feels like maybe there's pressure around you to jump in and do this and do that, right? And you could just be saying, you know what, I'm gonna move my own pace, right? And when I do so, it's gonna be for me. So that could just be where you're at right now. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Yang. There's the artwork, and the number is 1. So, let's see what this has to say. I will say that seems to align with that chariot energy. And like I said, if that's the case, it seems like you will ultimately take action. But again, I feel like it's saying that you're not going to do so before you're ready to do it. All right, essential meanings says the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. The Oracle's message: Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Well, especially that last line, you are the shaper of your destiny now, definitely takes me back to what I was saying with the Magician card and the environment position, so hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of art, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. I will say, from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look like you're giving much focus to your relationships, at least in this particular spread. But for those of you who were looking for guidance on relationships, hopefully that resonated. The prosperity message says projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and on to the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. So listening to that there, another very action-oriented energy. So yeah, like I said, maybe you guys are just in this resting phase temporarily. I did say it doesn't seem like it's going to be a very long-lived thing, but then we do see some more action-oriented energy coming up in the near future for you guys, which seems to align with that messaging. All right, so hopefully that resonates for you guys. We're up there, and I'll see y'all next month. All right, bye.